Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you could please join me read the Bible, we are reading Genesis 30. Thank you so much for watching me. And when Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, Give me children, or else I die. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, Am I in God's stand, who has withheld from thee the fruit of the womb? And she said, Behold, my maid Bahar, go on in into her, and she bear upon my niece, that I may have had children by her. And she gave him Baham, her handmaid, to wife, and Jacob went into her. And Baham conceived, and she bore Jacob a son. And Rachel said, God has judged me, and he has also heard my voice, and has given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. And Baham, Rachel's maid, conceived again, and she bore Jacob a second son. And Rachel said, What great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali. And when Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Zilpah her maid and gave it to Jacob to wife. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bore Jacob a son. And Leah said, A troop cometh, and she called his name Gad. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bore Jacob a second son. And Leah said, Happy am I, for my daughter will come. Happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called her name Asher. And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrake in the field, and brought them into his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, Give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes. And she said unto her, Is it small matter that thou hast taken my husband, and whilst would thou take away my son mandrake also? And Rachel said, Therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him, and said, Thou might come unto me, for surely I have heard thee with my son's mandrake. And he lay with her that night. And God hearkened into Leah, and she conceived, and she bore Jacob the fifth son. And Leah said, God has given me a heir, because I have given my maiden to my husband. And she called his name Ashaka. And Leah conceived again and bore Jacob the sixth son. And Leah said, God has endured me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. And she called his name Zabuli. And afterwards she bore a daughter and called her name Diana. And God remembered Rachel, and God hearkened to her and opened her womb. She conceived and bore a son, and said, God has taken away my reproach. May God take everybody's reproach. Any barren woman, may God take away their reproach, as he did to Rachel. And she called his name Joseph, and said, The Lord shall add to me another son. And it came to pass, when Rachel had borne Joseph, that Jacob said unto Laban, send me away that I may go into my own place, that into my country. Excuse me. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go, for thou knowest my service which I have done unto thee. And Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I have found favor in thy eyes, tarry, for I have. And Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I found favor in thy eyes, tarry, for I have learned my experience that the Lord has blessed me for thy sake. And he said, appoint me thy wages, and I will give thee. And he said unto him, thou knowest how I have served thee, and how thy cattle was with me. For it was little which thou hast before I came, and it is now increasing to a multitude. And the Lord has blessed thee since my coming, and now when I provide for my own house also. And he said, what shall I give thee? And Jacob said, thou shalt not give me anything. If thou wilt do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep thy flock. And I'll pass through all thy flock today, removing from thence all the speckled and spotted cattle, and all the brown cattle among the sheep, and the spotted and speckled among the goats, and of such shall my hair. So shall my righteousness answer for me in time to come. When it shall come for my hair before thy face, everyone that is not speckled and spotted among the goats, and the brown among the sheep, that shall be counted stolen with me. And Laban said, behold, I would it might be according to thy word. And they removed that day the he goats that were ring-stacked and spotted, and all the goats that were sparkled and spotted, and everyone that had some white in it, and all the brown among the sheep, and gave them into the hand of his sons. And he set 3 days' journey bewaked himself and Jacob fed the rest of Laban's flock. And Jacob took him rods of green poplar and a hazel and cashew nut tree, and piled white streaks in them, and made the white appear which was in the rod. And he set the rod which he had piled before the flock in the gutters in the watering troughs, when the flock came to drink. And they said, and that they should conceive when they came to drink. And the flock conceived before the rod, and brought forth cattle ring-stacked, speckled and spotted. And Jacob separated the lamb, and set the faces of the flocks towards the ring-stacked, and all the brown in the flock of Laban. And he put his own flock by themselves, and put them not into Laban's cattle. And it came to pass, whensoever the stronger cattle did conceive, that Jacob laid the rod before the eyes of cattle in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rod. And when the cattle were feeble, he put them not in. So the feeble were Laban's, and the stronger Jacob's. And the men increased exceedingly, Hello, I will continue. It's almost finished. I'll continue the 42 on the next one. Thank you.